Well, this recording is way out of sequence, plus or minus several days. Maybe would be a good estimate, but that might be misleading. I don't know. In any event, I don't want to mislead anybody. I'm going to answer a question that has cropped up enough so that I'll try to be fairly transparent, as if on the telephone. But I'm not on a telephone. I'm not allowed to have a telephone. The explanation of that has never been made more explicit than you can expect, except that some very pointed questions lead me to say this. Where would I look for to live? Well, I would say I would look for a place with a healthy media environment, egalitarian, whatever you want to call it. How I would live in such an environment would be something commensurate with such an environment, or the other way around. But you see, this is a very short answer to a very complicated question. Um, the question deserves answering, but then why so personally? Does it presume I would be able to pick and choose more than anybody else? Well, yes. And if that might be true, then that distorts the value of any given answer in at least a few ways. But yeah, often people think in terms of mountains and valleys, ice and snow, or beaches, or sunlight, or temperature, or humidity, or whatever, or city services, or uh, I guess in that affair, and then schools. Many people think in terms of schools if they're raising kids or some rearing kids. So there's a lot of other things, but just for myself now, it's a little bit simpler than all of that I've said so far, and I don't really want to get into many details because none of it makes much difference to me now, particularly because what I've learned is that as a slave, I have to accept what slavery is. And I'm not talking about a cosmic realization about wage slavery or anything similar. Um, but it has to do with all of my years and all that I've suffered and the useless nature of social contracts, social systems, legal systems, economic systems. I feel kind of silly trying to answer the questions. I respect the people who've asked it. I guess what I'm saying is thank you for the question in the sense that I would want to give you a good answer, but several involved, but I can't give a good answer anymore. And really, in a way, I'm not the one that you should be asking. Except that asking me is almost free, isn't it? Well, the old saying, you get what you pay for. I wonder if that's true. Well, go out and buy one of these Teslas. Well, the best money spent on a Tesla is probably ill-gotten gains. Uh, but that presumes several things about what goes around comes around that I don't believe in. I don't necessarily think that my life would be dedicated to proving that what goes around comes around. I think there's a better objective, but I can't prove that.